Alright, this move changes absolutely everything for XRP holders. Ripple just applied for a US banking license and even a Fed master account. This means Ripple could literally hold reserves directly with the Federal Reserve itself. I'm going to say this one more time. Ripple could hold reserves directly with the Federal Reserve. This is not just about RLUSD. This goes way deeper, so let's get started. So this news just came less than 1 hour ago, and let's see what the CEO has to say about this. So Brad Garlinghouse wrote, earlier in the week via standard custody, we also applied for a Fed master account. Meanwhile, Congress is working towards clear rules and regulations, and banks, in a far cry from the years of Operation Choke Point 2.0, are leaning in. This access would allow us to hold real stablecoin reserves directly with the Fed and provide an additional layer of security to future-proof trust in real stablecoin. Ripple always has and will continue to build trusted, battle-tested, and secure infrastructure in a $250 billion plus market. RLUSD stands out for putting regulation first, setting the standard that institutions expect. Maybe I shouldn't tell you this, but this statement over here is the precursor to position XRP as a world reserve currency. Ripple would literally hold reserves directly with the Federal Reserve. This is not just about RLUSD. I want you to wake up for the reality. This is about positioning XRP as the neutral bridge currency between financial systems, stablecoins, and even CBDCs down the road. XRP doesn't necessarily replace the dollar, but it just connects everything else and works as a reserve asset. This means that Ripple could hold RLUSD directly with the Federal Reserve, and that absolutely eliminates counterparty risk. RLUSD is issued out of trust. That means currently the reserves are held separated from the issuer. Today, those reserves are held with a bank. So what we could be about to witness is that those reserves could now be held by the Federal Reserve. Now hear me out, this move would absolutely position real stablecoin as the most secure, robust, and trustworthy stablecoin in the entire crypto markets. But it's not over. How that positions XRP as a world reserve currency? Well, we're gonna hear that from Brad Garlinghouse himself.
Issue 100 billion XRPs will be enough to cover the X rapid service scales to a global scale, or would there be a shortage?
Well, so when XRP was created, this actually was created before Ripple existed. The creators of XRP decided to be 100 billion units because they saw it as rather than having a smaller number with a very high price, they saw it as something they wanted to be effectively a global reserve currency.
A global reserve currency. This comes from Ripple website a couple of years ago. We remain more committed than ever to the simple goal of making XRP the world's reserve digital currency. So right now that's unfolding in real time. That's the move that is set to position XRP as a world reserve currency. And I have always said, XRP is a liquidity provider and Ripple is positioning itself at the same playing level of financial institutions like the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, and the Bank of International Settlements. I 100% see Ripple assuming that role, and that's why central banks might be forced to hold XRP in their balance sheets in the future. Mark my words, this is just the tip on the iceberg. Once they sacrifice USDT, all that liquidity is going to flow towards the XRP ledger ecosystem. Real stablecoin is going to capture a huge portion of the stablecoin markets, just like USDT does it nowadays. And Ripple is ready to become a World Bank institution. We have been saying this for ages, and everything is unfolding in front of our faces. Thank you, everyone. If you are one of the real ones, drop a comment so I know you made this video to the end. So if you are an XRP holder, you should be proud. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to see you in the next video. Done.